Good morning, Yeshiva Shalom Bayit.
Yeah.
Okay, wake up. Good. Good. Now wake up.
Still waking up.
I'm still waking up. There's no coffee, right? There's no cups for coffee, they say. Anyway, let's see. Kuf Samach Dalet. We are today on the third day of the month of Elul. And it's Sunday, happens to be Sunday of Parashat, first day of the week of Parashat Kitetze. Bezrat Hashem, the shiur today is L'Refuah Shlema Kol Chol Ha'am Yisrael V'Chalam Yosef ben Simcha, Yosef ben Shimcha, Shlomo ben Simcha, Abraham ben Sarah, Yosef Chaim ben Mafrad, Chaya bat Leah, and Yaakov Israel Daniel ben Angela. L'Refuah Shlema Meira, Bezrat Hashem. Okay, so we continue in Netilat Yadayim. We are in Kuf Samech Dalet, Halacha Bet. Right? מי שעומד בסעודה ונזכר שנגע בשוק וירך. Oh, this is where we left off, right? A big machloket. The machloket is between Ashkenazim and Sfaradim, and it's a short. Today it's a shame that the women today they wear skirts 2-3 inches below the knee, 4 inches below the knee. It's a shameful. Why? Because they think somebody told them shok in Gemara means a tie. Shok does not mean a tie. Shok is the shin. What is the shin? The shin is the part between the knee and an ankle. Okay? So the Gemara says shok is erva, meaning a man is not allowed to look at the shin of a woman while he's making a bracha. Meaning it's not snua. A woman's supposed to have literally their skirts all the way to the ankle. All the way to the ankle. Came to Ashkenazim and said, no, chas v'shalom. If you wear a skirt till to the ankle, you're not sneeze. So they took something that's most tangible. When I was growing up, you'll never see a old lady, never will see a lady who was wearing sneeze, wearing a skirt halfway between knee and an ankle. Chas v'shalom. I promise you, not in Morocco, not in Iraq, nowhere the Jewish woman ever wore dresses above ankle. Never happened. The skirts were all the way down.
We don't do it.
That's right. And sneeze. Today, Ashkenazim came and said, shok means a tie. Which is a mistake of the mistakes. What is the mistake? They're mamash and sneeze. They're mamash and sneeze. You have to make a bracha in front of them. Okay? How do you know that the shok does not mean a tie? Here's the Shulchan Aruch tells you clearly. I don't understand these people. Here's the Shulchan Aruch says clearly. What is shok and what is yarech? Yarech in Hebrew means a tie. So what does a shok mean? So if Shulchan Aruch held like this Ashkenazim that shok means a tie, so why did he put them together? Here's the best proof in the world that it's a big, grave mistake. Women should be wearing skirts all the way to the ankle. That's the halakha l'maaseh. Everything else is not sneeze. Okay, some Hasidim do. What do they do? Some Hasidim have, here's the knee, here's the ankle, right? What they do is they have a skirt till 4 inches down, and then they put up a big, very thick stockings. And the stockings, they have a seam in the back. Very fat seam. So you could see, it's not her leg. So for sure today, any woman that goes with nude stockings, there's a question. And anything that will show, but even the shayla maybe making it tight. It's that part of a lady, unfortunately, some people don't understand. It is exciting, a man. It looks beautiful. So a woman should not be showing it.
You have a point.
Shok v'yarech. So you see the halacha is not like Ashkenazim, and it's a big mistake that people think that we will allow the skirts to be up to half of between the knee and the ankle. Chas v'shalom. It has to be all the way to the ankle. So now what happened is, this is halachot Netilat Yadayim. How do we get there? Again, it hurts me. It is a big show that people just skip Torah and go do whatever they feel like, unfortunately. Here, Shulchan Aruch does not hold like that, and we should make a correction immediately. Now, the rabbi says over here what bothers you. What was bothering him? A person is eating Suda. Sometimes people eat Suda, they have, baggy clothing, not to be pressed.
I see some Ashkenazi, yeah.
So now-
She was wearing a longish one, long socks.
Long socks. Okay, it's somewhere head there, but it's not a good thing.
Not a good thing. Yeah.
Because you see that part of the lady, and it's a very attractive part. Okay, anyway. Next, the rabbi here was concerned when people eat,
זה אשכנזי
they're
מותר.
eating themselves. Sometimes people eat.
זה אשכנזי מותר להם.
לא חס ושלום, אסור לכולם, לכל ישראל. If you're Jewish, you're prohibited to expose yourself when that sneers.
Yeah.
That's right. Now, let's put that aside for now. Let's continue the halacha. The halacha says that if a person scratched, touching his yerech, his thigh, or his stroke, the shin, between the knees and an ankle, you scratched over there, a mosquito bite you, and you actually scratch the meat, the skin. If you touch the skin, ומקומות המכוסים באדם, or anywhere else, let's say your chest is scratching, you put your hands inside,
Yeah.
move the shirt, and you scratch over there on the
Feet,
chest
the
itself,
butt, whatever.
שריכך בראשו, or he scratch his head. וכל כיוצא בזה, or anything else that makes his hands טמא, צריך לחזור ולטול ידיו, ויברך על נטילת ידיים. According to Maran, he would be מחייב you ברכה, we מצד ספק don't make the bracha. Okay, so the rabbi says over here, this is talking about anywhere where there is sweat.
A sweat. If to scratch your head.
Scratch your head in the middle of Suda, also not allowed.
And סעודה.
In the middle of Suda, we're
או
talking about.
תפילה.
We're not, yes, of course. So how do you scratch your head? You have a kippah, Baruch Hashem.
Yeah, but if
Real Jewish people have
that's
kippah. No, you have no problem. This is not for you. This role is not for you. Problem for me. You know how we shave? How I shave? I shave everything off. If you have a little bit, if you have like even quarter of inch of hair, it's not anymore. The halakha doesn't apply. It's unless you mamash going in there and you took out all the
scratch
sweat.
your bare head?
Skull. Yeah, you have to touch the skull.
Okay.
The sweat of the skull is the poison. That's the skull. That's the poison part. People think that the water that comes down, it comes out from our head over here. It's not true. The water that comes down here, it's actually from our
Sweating.
from the sweat that comes down here, it's from our face. All other sweat from the body, if you don't put it in your mouth, you could die. It's poison.
What you say?
All other sweat from anywhere in the body, and including the head, if it comes to your mouth, person dies.
From your head out?
Yeah, no, from here, from the sweat,
I sweat.
from the forehead. It's not. Forehead is part of the face. So the sweat of the forehead doesn't kill you, but the sweat of the head over here will. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes it all going down to the side. It doesn't go down the face. The sweat of the head never goes down the face.
These people, they play soccer all day long.
Yeah. No, that's right. It's dangerous. So don't eat it. What are you supposed to do when you play soccer? Wash yourself before you eat. Halacha.
Or don't play soccer.
Play soccer is good. Don't worry. I encourage sports. Kuf samehei. Dina oseh tzracha ורוצה לאכול. ובו בית סעיפים. So now, what happened was, a person who wants to go to the bathroom, and now he needs to eat, wants to eat, what do you do? Aleph, העושה צרכה ורוצה לאכול איתו שתי פעמים. Okay? Did we do this halacha? No. No, okay.
I know, but
We didn't move, right? Okay. So, העושה צרכה ורוצה לאכול איתו שתי פעמים. Somebody wants to go to the bathroom, and now he wants to wash his hands to נטילת ידיים for bread. So what should he do? He should wash twice. One for Asher Yatzar, for the bathroom, and one for washing for the bread.
So you
Al
have
Rishona-
to say the bracha. שני ברכות.
No, look what it says. Al Rishona mevorech Asher Yatzar. So he washed once, he says Asher Yatzar. V'al Hasheniya mevorech al netilat yadayim. Mashma, he looks like he's washing it twice, one looks like
Yeah.
one after the
Good
other,
time.
and then he makes the bracha one after the other. Okay? Now, let's see. That's the first scenario. So the Maran is going to give us some other scenarios, and most Rabbanim are going to be jumping on that, and that's the halacha. Let's see. ואם אינו רוצה ליטול, אלא פעם אחת. So the Maran says, yes, there is actually a possibility that you could wash only once. לאחר ששפך פעם אחת על ידיו, משפשף ויברך אשר יצר, ואחר כך בשעת ניגוב יברך על נטילת ידיים. Okay? So he says, what happens if he wants to only wash once? No problem. At one time, wash his whole hand with more than a reed of one spilling. That will be more than enough, says Maran. Wipe your hands. Say Asher Yatzar. Say Al Netilat Yadayim.
Okay, watch one time for both.
No, sorry. Don't first make a bracha, and then you wash your hands. Wipe your hands. What do you say?
You said, so what wash you have to do for nitila or for
Very good. So now he's going to talk. Let's see. Im rabim mesubin besouda, okay, You ask a good question. What kind of washing should he do? Okay.
Yadav. It's more important.
Good question. So how do you wash? I don't know. I thought he was going to
What's
say
in
it.
Yadav?
What?
Yadav is more important.
So this is what we do. What I do from Ben Ish Chai. So Ben Ish Chai gives you the two scenarios.
You can do like this.
So Ben Ish Chai says like this. Ben Ish Chai says, Lechatchila, you should wash your hands like you wash out of the bathroom first, 6 times. Wipe your hands, say on Netilat Yadayim. Touch your shoe, says Ben Ish Chai. And then wash 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for bread.
Oh, you have to touch your shoe.
To make your hands tameh again.
Yeah. Then you
Rabbi Vadia screamed against that. You're not allowed to mitameh your hands on purpose. So he didn't like this approach. And Ben Ish Chai has another approach. So Ben Ish Chai gives you the halacha, first of all, like I told you. Then he says no. But however, let's say you're in a rush. You don't have time. Wash again, asher etzar, and wash it. You want to wash once. What do? Says Ben Ish Chai. You take a cup. Ben Ish Chai says you spill on one hand, fully. Then you take on the right hand, and you spill on the left hand, fully. Then you take with the left hand, and you rinse twice. 1, 2. And then take right hand, 1, 2. So it's a mixture of washing. You wash the first time for the bathroom, and then the second time you wash for Netilat Yadayim.
What bracha you have
You
to
say on Netilat Yadayim,
below?
wipe your hands,
You
say Asher Yatzar, and then Amotzi.
2 time watching. So
Huh?
you can watch normally, that's it. على التردايم. You
Yeah.
can watch your hand, you do أسير يتسع, normal, يتسعتا. بعد عود بعمة تأخ
אין לך נטילת, אין לך זמן נטילת ידיים.
This is a chidush for me. I never heard.
What?
Like this, like you wash.
Yeah.
You grab one full thing. You wash
On one
the right
hand.
hand. Fill up the cup.
You don't have
Wash
to
the
fill up
entire
the
hand.
Well, you
like-
use the same cup.
yeah,
Okay.
and then you do
1, 2, 1, 2.
or in 3. No.
No.
Why
1, 2, 1, 2.
2?
It's enough.
When you do netilat yadayim for break.
In
you
this
do
case,
3.
it's enough.
Oh, okay.
Because you already washed once, and you didn't wash
So
your
you
hand.
did a fully one. Okay.
Right? And says, but Rabbi Vadia, this is better. And he says, don't listen to Ben Ish Chai. The first case was to wash and then tameh your hands again. So Rabbi Vadia says that. Most people today do like Rabbi Vadia says in the name of Ben Ish Chai, the second choice.
Okay, what do you have to do? He said, you wash one,
Not right hand. First left to right.
left. You wash
Always
one,
left to right.
Right hand.
2, after 1, 2.
No. Left hand again, right hand. 1, 2, and 1, 2.
2.
Always the right hand first.
What bracha you said?
No,
1.
Netilat Yadayim, and then
You
Asher
say
Yatzar.
netilat, you say Asher Yatzar right afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
so how many brachot you can
That
say?
wouldn't. That wouldn't be
So
a hefsek.
when you wash, you can say 2 times without to wash your
This
hands.
is for food. You want to eat bread.
You thought you said.
This is what we're talking about. You're talking about you want to eat
I
bread.
know, I
Yeah,
know.
okay.
But you said if you want for the restroom, you take with 1, 2.
The thing is,
You don't say bracha.
No, you wash 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
1, 2. This is only if you want to eat bread after the bathroom.
Mihila. 1, 2 after the wash. What kind of bracha you said? Both.
You wipe your hands, you do like this.
Yes.
Al Netilat Yadayim, you wipe your hands, go to the table, make Asher Yatzar, and make Amotzi.
yeah.
I do عن هذا عاد you do also say that's a bracha.
You go Asher Yatzar to the bathroom. You went to the bathroom.
So what bracha first you said? Yeah.
Al Netilat Yadayim, you wash your
عاد you
hands.
say أسير يتسع.
After that, you say Asher Yatzar.
شو
Yeah.
بدو الانترات عادي موتي الحمرانات. How you?
Well,
شو بدو أسير
you made
يتسع.
Asher Yatzar, you make a bracha, you're going to forget. You're going to say Amotzi Lechem, then you're going to forget. You're going to eat.
No, it's bad.
Yeah, you're going to eat. Don't
Yes,
worry.
sir.
Don't
So what do
worry.
you have to do? موتي عاد أسير يتسع.
No, first Asher Yatzar, then Amotzi.
So that's what I do. It's normal.
No, you just told me to make Amotzi first.
No,
After Netilat
it's
Yadayim.
normal. You have to say أسير يتسع. You said after موتي. It's normal.
Very good. Very good.
No, but I
Okay.
never. That's what, like. I never heard of this. You're allowed to. That wouldn't be a hefsek. That wouldn't be a hefsek.
No.
You take-
the bracha Asher Yatzar right there.
It's not a hefsek. You're obligated to say it.
Yeah. Okay.
Why would it be a hefsek? You're
for
allowed
some
to
reason I thought it
talk.
was-
You're allowed to talk after washing hands. Best is not to, but you're
Yeah.
allowed to. It's not called hefsek.
Okay.
When you do nitila, you don't have allowed to talk.
Not allowed to talk. You're right.
But between gef and this, as mutar.
Yeah. But if you talk, you know, it's not the end of the
No,
world.
no, but
Not
it
a-
makes sense
You can
because
talk
It's not the end of the world.
because I always say
They say is
potech
the reason why you don't talk. They say is because we want to make amotziv right away. We don't want you to be busy talking.
Yeah.
But if you talk, it's not a big
No
deal.
problem.
Not a big
I
deal.
didn't.
Now, question is, you said amotziv lechem min haaretz, there's no salt. You're allowed to say it's salt.
You have to have salt. متر الحمران.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. We already learned that. Bread, salt, you need to dip your salt into
Shabbat, only
olive
Shabbat.
tan, and every time,
Yeah.
of course.
You have to do it.
Or something else. You have to dip your the bread into something else, like a salad or something.
Why we have to have salt?
Why?
Yeah.
Salt is a mizbeach. When you eat, it's like you are burning the kodesh kodoshim. It's the most holiest thing when you eat. Today, would they attack? Don't eat. They tell everybody to be on a diet all day. Don't eat. Shem Rachem Aleinu. Okay.
Mehila. So
Let's go back to
it's good to
it.
learn. It's good to learn.
Let's go.
But Korban, they used to use the melach.
Always salt and all the korbanot. Yes, bet.
Yeah.
Halakha bet. Let's go.
Salt.
That's what we do. So.
Yes, salt. Oh, you can't. The Gemara says, very important. The Gemara says, now that you're talking about it, eat everything in the world. Gemara says, but don't eat nothing that doesn't have salt.
Wow.
You heard what it said?
Halakha.
Halakha. You are allowed to eat everything in the world, but don't eat nothing if it doesn't have salt. Next.
Some people, this is no good salt for the head.
I understand. Bet. Im rabim mesubin besuda. There are a lot of people who are sitting together to eat a meal. Hagadol notel yadav tchila. Who washes their hands first? The older person. והראש היה רגיל ליטול באחרונה. שלא יפסיק ושלא לדבר. The Rosh, we're finishing here. Rosh, however, washed less, like I do in my house. I have all the guests, I have all the family, everybody wants to watch. I tell everybody watch. Ladies first. Men, and I watch the last. Why? Like the Rosh. Because we don't want to have no talking, no have sex right away after Netilah. 16 seconds you have to say Hamotzi.
16 seconds?
Yeah. 22 Hamot, yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. What do you mean? You can wash your hand, you wait? No. You have to do it right away.
Right away. 16 seconds.
Yeah, I never know that.
Now you know. Good. Kuf Samech Vav. Din Avzacha ben Betziyan al-Netilah. Ubo Seif Echad. Oh, now what about interruptions? After washing, before you break the bread? Aleph. Yesh omrim she'en tzarech lezahem elafsik ben Netilah le'hamotzi. Some say, not a big deal. People talk, not a problem. You could talk whatever you want from after washing your hands to hamotzi. ויש אומרים שצריך להיזהר וטוב להיזהר. Some say no, it's important to be very careful and scrupulous and be making sure that you don't talk, you don't do any interruption before you make a motzi. It says Maran, that's the best thing to do.
To
not to talk and not to have any interruption. ואם שהה כדי הילוך כ"ב אמה, says Rama, if somebody who waited 16 seconds or more from Netilat Yadayim, it's called the hefsek already.
What do
He
you mean?
interrupted.
Oh, I'm understanding.
He interrupted.
16 seconds.
More than 16 seconds. 22 amot. How much? 22 amot is 44 feet. How long does it take to cross 44 feet? It's about 16.
You mean-
About 16 seconds.
You mean if you wash your hand,
Yeah.
ala makom, you have to do it right away, Mutzi? We can
To sit
wait.
down and say mamot right away. Yes.
You right away have to do it.
Yes. That's why in my house I tell all the ladies to wash first. All the children and the younger ones.
Everybody
And
wash
then
their
I
hand.
wash my hands last.
So when you
So I
wash
go
your hand, you
straight
say
to the
bracha.
chair, everybody sits down, and we make a bracha.
Okay, good.
Okay? We're going to end over here. Bezat Hashem will continue tomorrow. Siman Kuf Samach Zayin, hopefully.
Thank you.